Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sifunde indaba ezibhale ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu, izincwadi ibhale ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo lezo indaba esuke sifundile, senzela laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bazifunde nalaba abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Guys, please suggest a book if you have incwadi yesiZulu emnandi wake wayifunda or ukuzwe kuthiwa imnandi unqena ukuyifunda. Just suggest it so we can do that book. Nami ngisayifuna incwadi bafethu. I think this weekend I'm gonna try and find a book. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala emzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama-reality shows, senza ama-recaps nama-reviews bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama-shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. One of my viewers did ask me aviwe asked me to do a commentary on the issue kabut Dumisani Dlamini and his daughter Doja Cat. Listen, guys, honestly, when this whole story broke for me, the first time that I found out Dumisani Dlamini has a daughter and his daughter is Doja Cat in the US, it was that video that came out. Doja Cat speaking to Whoopi Goldberg, and she had been on The View and went backstage and talked to her, and she was saying what's her name. Whoopi had met her father when they were doing Sarafina, and I was trying to think what's going to be Sarafina ngaba ubabwakhe, and then I'm like, hey boy, is it Somiz? I thought, is it Somiz? Pelo Somiz is the first person you think about. It's like Leleti Komalo and Somiz. Is it Somiz ubabwakhe? Hey, is it who's the father of the Sarafina? Bongengam? Is it Bongengam? And then it came out because it's Dumisani Dlamini. I remember thinking about Dumisani Dlamini and Googling, that's her father. Yeah. But they really, in my mind, I thought they must have gone to the US to tour, Kuzani Sarafina. And then while they were there touring Sarafina, they were meeting some girls maybe while they were off work, and then in things happened, and then the girl fell pregnant, and then they came back with Sarafina, and the child was born that side. And maybe he didn't even know that he had a daughter. That's what I just thought. He didn't know he had a daughter. I thought that maybe when we were finding out that he had a daughter, that he was also finding out that he has a daughter. That's what I thought. Because I'm like, your daughter is not going to be 27 years old. It means we connect some story. And okay, that video, yadlula. And then I think I watched one of his interviews when he actually did say that, no, I didn't watch an interview. I did watch an interview, but in that interview, I was waiting for him to talk about this issue, and he didn't. But I read in an article that he said that he had been looking. It was his response to the video. He said he had been looking for his daughter for years now, so he's happy to finally have found her in. But it was like, it wasn't Uguti, he is finding her in a video. He had just found her before the video came out. Okay. But still in my mind, I'm thinking it was that situation where they were touring Sarafina, made some girls pregnant, came back to South Africa. Maybe after they came back to South Africa, that's when maybe he got a call to say the girl is pregnant or something. Okay. So now when it's coming out now with him having congratulated his daughter on Twitter, I think, because she had won the Grammy, and people are coming out to say, man, like, you haven't even met your daughter, because she did say Kulea video that she has never met her father. She was like, it's funny because you have met my father, but I have never met my father. So now it's like, yeah, because that was like 2019, now it's like 2022. They are still talking about this man having not met his daughter. I'm like, Dumisani, what the hell is happening here? Because honestly, guys, I understand what the US is far, and you could have maybe issues of goods, and it's difficult to get there. But I'm just thinking about Dumisani in recent years. He has worked. We have seen him in so many TV productions. I'm like, you don't have money to go to the US and meet your daughter? So after this, one viewer asked me to do a commentary. I was like, let me go and just find out some information and see what is the story here. Kwenzekalani lana? Have they met? Have they not? Kanti why uput Dumisani ingane yakhe engekho eduze kwayo. What is really happening? Because guys, not everybody lives their life on social media. I felt like it could be that they've met, they've visited each other. We just don't know as the viewers, so we are assuming that. Since that time, he said he's never met she's never met her father. Maybe thina we assume ukuthi abakamithani kanti mhlambe between that time sebeke babonana, you know. So then I went and I read. First, I read an article that was written back in 2019 when he is explaining also what happened, that he ended up having a child that lives in the US when he's in South Africa. Yes, it does say because they had gone to the US touring Sarafina. And then they told Sarafina it was all fun. And then, yeah, now when it was time for everybody to come back, he made a decision to stay. I think he wasn't the only one. He made a decision to stay in the US and sort of like just work and I guess just stay. It was nice. Bekumnandi US. Fell in love with this woman and had kids with this woman. Got married, had kids with this woman. They lived together. 15 years later, he's homesick. Oh, they lived together. They had 2 kids. So, guys, it's not one. He actually has 2 kids. So, Doja Cat has a sister or a brother. They don't say whether it's Dombazan. So, I don't know whether Doja Cat is the older child or the younger child, but there is 2 kids. He says it in the article because they interviewed him. Actually, there's 2 kids. They have 2 kids. They're living with this woman. They're married. But he becomes very homesick. I do not know what was going on with their relationship. Was the relationship still good between Yen and his wife or whatever? But he just says that he became like overwhelmed with being homesick. So he decided that he was going to come back to South Africa. The children are young. I did not get to get the ages of the children at the time. So just to clarify, guys, it sounds like he has met Doja Cat, Dumisani Dlamini. He did meet them. They might have been young, but he met them. When they were born, he was still living in the US. So he was living with his wife in the US, and his kids were born while he was there, and then he left them to come to South Africa. So I was trying to understand why she would say that she has never met him. And then I realized, I was thinking about it because my brother, when my brother was born in 1985 and my father died in 1988. My brother was like 3 years old when my father died. So my brother has met my father. He was around for like 3 years of his life, but my brother doesn't remember my father. He doesn't have memories of my father at all. We remember him with my father and how much my father loved him, but he doesn't remember. So I'm thinking that they must have been at that age, like maybe 4 years or younger. Doja Cat must have been that age, 4 years or younger, that she does not remember meeting her father. That's why she says, I've never met him, but she has met him. You know, it's just that it's a possibility that she was too young to even remember that. Because, I mean, he was there, according to what he says, he was there when they were born. Okay, so he says he comes back to South Africa with the plan, Yoguts, and then when he gets back here, he's gonna get things ready for them to come back. I guess, I mean, after 15 years on being outside the country, you haven't worked here, you don't know how things are working out, will work out, so you don't want to just uproot your family and come back here and then things don't work out and you with your family here. You leave them that side. He left them that side, came back to South Africa, but he says things didn't work out as planned. You know what happened, he doesn't say. It didn't work out as planned and they lost touch. Okay, so, I mean, anything could have happened. Maybe he came back here, he thought he's gonna work, and then he comes back here. People haven't seen him in 15 years. Maybe it wasn't easy to get a job, or maybe he come back here, he's connecting with old girlfriends and whatever. He forgets that he left family that side. I don't know. Anything is possible, but they did lose touch after that. What I don't understand is if you left them in the US and you know where you left them, if you wanted to find them, I feel like he could have gone and found them. So I'm not clear about the efforts that he made to find his family. You know, after he had come back, what efforts did you make to find the family? But he says that he made efforts to find them. Okay. So then it means Doja Cat and his sister, or Doja Cat and his sister or her brother grew up without their father around because their father was in South Africa. I could understand him saying for a number of years I wasn't working, so it wasn't easy for me to just buy tickets and go to the US to see them. And maybe they had moved where he had left them, so he couldn't find. Maybe the phone number didn't work. I don't know. But I feel like, guys, I can say, maybe safely say that in the last 10 or 15 years, Dumisani Dlamini, we've been seeing him on TV. He's been on Spy, he's been on Hostella, and many other productions. And I kind of feel like, I don't know how much he was making, but I kind of feel like if he wanted to buy a ticket and just go see his family, he could have. And it really just for me comes back to that thing you go to sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of the times men don't understand their importance when it comes to being present in their children's lives. Sometimes men have this thing yokuthi if ukuthi uyakubona la yeah ingane yami le uyakubona usukhulile usunjani, and usukhulile now you can take care of yourself and he hasn't been in your life, they just feel like you don't need them any, like they don't see the need to khulile mos right, you know. Right, why do you need me? They don't feel like they need to come and be accountable for the fact that uze ube ngaka njena, uze ube successful, uze ube able to take care of yourself. Without them, where were they? You know, I feel like they don't understand that because mabekbona all right on the outside, they feel like, I know she didn't turn out so bad anyway, you know, but they don't understand internally what the absence of a father does to you. And I feel like we are dealing with that here because I really feel like even between 2019 and now, he could have just gone to visit, you know. How I found it out because he says just before she became famous, she did give him a call and they connected. So they have been talking. But why has he not gone to see her, you know? I can't find information on whether those conversations are continuous, you know, like basakuluma, or it's just the relationship that is online that like we see him congratulating her on Twitter, or bayabonana, they video call and everything. My options are semaningi, you guys. I don't know if they do that, but I do feel like the physical there's no indication that they have met. He has gone to visit her, or she has come here to visit him. I do not see that. I don't know, you guys. For me, it's a disappointment, honestly, because I just feel like he should have made those plans. But I do acknowledge that there's a whole lot of information that we probably don't have when it comes to that relationship. He does talk about the fact that media exaggerates certain things, and he feels like Doja Cat on social media, she exaggerates certain things because he feels like they do have that communication. But I guess it's a matter of that thing. Fathers don't understand. Yes, we do communicate on the phone, but I would like to see you and for you to give me answers on why you were so absent in my life. So the thing about him congratulating her on social media, guys, how weird would it be for him to just keep quiet and not say anything when his daughter just won a Grammy? So if they are communicating, like they do speak on the phone, they do send it one another messages, maybe they do video call, is it not justified to go and just say congratulations? He didn't say. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't, because we don't know fully how their relationship is right now. I think we shouldn't judge whether he should have done that, because maybe even to her it would have been weird. Because I just won a Grammy and he didn't even say anything. You understand what I'm saying? That could have been an issue too, to say your daughter just won a Grammy and you didn't even come out and say congratulations. So I think right now he's at a point where it's difficult. If he does something, it's like wrong. If he doesn't do it, it's wrong too, because he's been absent for so long. I think right now, guys, he should just put money together, buy a plane ticket, go and see Doja Cat, take some photos so that all of us can just be happy. Ugutu Dumisani finally met his daughter, and apparently there's another child as well, and just meet his daughter. They have a conversation, they have some fun, and then he comes back. It just has been too long. Anyway, that is my commentary on this situation. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like it before Pumegiona and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.